National Youth Service Corps attached to the OPM Free Specialist Hospital receives scholarship to UK as OPM Free Specialist Hospital celebrates 1-year anniversary. Celebration of the OPM Free Specialist Hospital, 2 National Youth Service Corps members serving in the free hospital had the privilege of giving their speeches. Dr. Uche, one of the serving corps members, talked about his wonderful experience in the free hospital.
By thanking God first for bringing me to work here in the OPM Free Specialist Hospital. I want to thank God for the GO, Apostle Timothy. I read sometime somewhere that once the Spirit of God possesses you, also the Spirit of giving has possessed you too. So
she was born into.
I really need this blessing because in my family I'm nothing to write home about. My family nothing to write home about. Why I'm kneeling down, my academics, it was history and it was tough for me. I lost my dad when I was in secondary school. It was through the help of my mom, just a farmer. She see me through with some of my uncles, they saw me through. And in fact, I would say that among all my cousins from ladies, from my mother's side to my father's side, I'm the first graduate. I'm the first. I graduated from UNICAL, University of Calabar. I am the first. I don't say we did not go to school. We have so many daughters, beautiful daughters. But the highest I would say is NTI and NC. NTI and NC. And God see me through. It's not by my power. Daddy, I need this.
When she knelt down before Apostle Chibuzo, asking for his blessings so that the yoke of poverty is broken from her life and so that she could succeed, the expression on the face of Apostle Chibuzo, who had risen to his feet, was a clear indication that his kind heart had gone out to the youth corps. After praying for the corpers and blessing them, the young corpers happily went to their seats, thinking that that was all. Apostle Chibuzo, who is a man that is full of surprises, shocked the corpers and everyone seated as he awarded an all-expense-paid scholarship to the corps members. The corps members who were given
I would like to give you a small gift. Very small, you can manage me like that. Shout hallelujah. Shout hallelujah. Now, there are two options. And you are free to choose any of the above. Number one, now you have finished your NYC. There are two options for you, Abi, to go and work. Abi, or to go and do masters. Abi. So now, if you want to go and do masters, by the grace of God, I can, by the grace of God, not by my own power, I can sponsor you to Poland to go and do masters. Shout hallelujah. Okay, I've not finished. There are two options. There are two options. Wait. Come back. Let me give you the second option. If you say you don't want to order, you want to work as a doctor and nurse. I mean,
I'm a nurse.
you're a doctor, both of you. If you want to work as a doctor and nurse, as a nurse and doctor, yes, by the grace of God, I will sponsor everything when you are working in UK.
You open up the blind, you make the lame to walk, you make the dumb to talk. No sickness, no disease can stand in your presence, God. Nobody else like you. You're so great. You're so great. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Nobody else like you. Nobody, 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 nobody,
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
I didn't tell me to say they won't sleep with me. And me, I no agree for them. They tell me say if I no agree, they can't show me gun. If I can't they enter my body for that place. I said, God, may God help me. See if I no agree, then go see my dead body. Yeah, tomorrow morning people will pass, they look me, my dead body. They see me I lie down. I lie down. As the other one do finish, the second one do finish. The first day, I no come see my period.
Blessing Dennis left the village to Port Harcourt in search for greener pasture. She had big dreams. She was hopeful that life would be better. She must have thought that money grew on trees and a decent home was easy to come by in the big city of Port Harcourt.
My name is Blessing Dennis. I'm from Akwa Ibom, Ika local government. I've been there for village before with my grandmother. And my grandmother and I carry me since small. Born me, leave me alone. That is my grandmother and I take of. I carry me since small. So she can't tell me to say she don't have money again to train me. I no go to school. My grandmother tell me to say she don't have money to train me in the school. Let me find my way. Who can help me? So I find way and come out. I have small money to pay come Port Harcourt. As I come, no have where to stay that time. Nowhere to stay. I said maybe marriages fly overside. I've been sleeping. Early morning I wake up and go to sell water. To use and take care of myself to buy food and chop.
Unfortunately, things were not as she had anticipated. with her hopes bridge, where she was mercilessly gang raped.
On one side first, when I cover first, before I enter the place, I dey sleep. As night don cover, carry the rubber and the cloth go hide. One day as I enter there, I go jam 2 men dem, 2 boys dem. So as dem come here, I no gree go. I sided them, I do like I know ya. Dem come me, I no gree. How dem waka come ask me, tell me say wetin I dey do. I say na here I dey sleep, but I no get where to go, I no get where to stay. Now dem tell me talk say dem wan sleep with me, and me I no gree for them. Dem tell me say if I no gree, dem come show me gun. Fear come dey enter my body for that place. I say God, may God help me. I say if I no gree, dem go see my dead body here. Tomorrow morning people go pass, dey look me, my dead body. I say make I lie down. I lie down. The first day I no come see my period. Before I go know, my belle don shoot out. I say God, which kind of suffer be this one?
Also infected her with HIV. For months, she roamed around Port Harcourt with a pot.
And that everywhere they close, no more movement, no movement that time. Nowhere to go that time. You see, anybody no waka for road, anybody no. I hide there. 6 months ago, now I hide myself there. No food, no water. Hungry come dey catch me. I said, God, may God help me. I dey there day. For this, they can open this road. They can open they can open. People start to waka. I go beg one auntie food with water. And my body I don't start to shake, no food to chop. I don't dey weak. With this pikin. I go take, if I born and finish, we go train am. And I no go hospital, I no go check my body, no medicine to drink. And I no go check my body for scan, no money. The belle don kick pass. So I go nowhere to. I say God. Some people tell me say if you born finish, sell am.
Until a good Samaritan advised her to come to Omega Power Ministries, the church that God has used to wipe away the tears of thousands of underprivileged persons.
I say I no go fit to make them no go catch me for police people. Make police people no catch me. They say they no go catch me. I say I no go fit. Now from where they beg person money, find way come OPN. One auntie that let me to OPN. Say make I enter motor. I enter motor. Motor come carry me, drop me for all outside. I ask person, here is OPN. They say, yeah, na OPN church. Now the headquarters be this.
Upon hearing her pitiful story, Apostle Chibuzo had compassion on her and took her into his own home. To God be the glory. Destiny was just recently delivered of a bouncing baby girl at the OPM Free Specialist Hospital. So that the baby is not infected with HIV, a successful CS was carried out on her.
They carry me come OPN hospital. As I do test finish, cause doctor come no see I carry HIV. I make her deliver to see us.
Destiny and her baby are being taken care of by capable hands and are doing well. We cannot let rape victims be alone. We would hold their hands and walk them through a healing process. In us, their voices will be heard. Their self-worth must return. They must be free. A real man does not rape. A real woman does not rape. No means no. Say no to rape.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewers' discretion is advised.
My name is Redemption Pepper. I'm from Boni local government area in Rivers State. For 18 good years, I and my younger sister have been isolated from the outside world by my parents. I've never been to school. I've never spoken to grown-ups that are not my parents.
I was born in Lagos State. Then I grew up to be like one year old. He came down to a place called Imebile in Rivers State. So in this Imebile, that's where I grew up. And in this time, I was not exposed to the outside world. I grew up being enclosed in the house. I was not allowed to go out, socialize with friends, or do any harsh chores that take me out, like on errands. My father is a pastor, and what he does for a living is go out to public places and preach, like to shops, markets, offices, those kind of places, and then they will gift him with money or food or other things needed in the house. will bring me back, and that's how we lived throughout those years of my life. I always wondered why they always live their life in a kind of shutdown, like they were waiting for something. So my parents would just like, any of them, my father and my mother would just say like, they are waiting on God to show them the next path in life. I did not go to any formal school like other children did. I always watched other children going to school, but I never went to any formal school. I was schooled at home by my mother. My mother taught me all the subjects I knew. My father built a church close to the place where we stay. A canopy, just such a simple canopy. Me, my mom, and my sister. They were the only members of the church, and he was the pastor. We are always isolated indoors. So the point is that rain season last year, flood came to our house up to like 4 times. The highest was the one that reached our waist going to our chest. My father immediately built a kind of platform on the roof that we climbed up to go and stay. We did every normal things up there. With a few of the things we could carry up there. The rest of our load was inside the flood water. So as I will manage until the flood water dried up. Then my parents started talking about a fasting that they wanted to do. First, my mother brought it up. I was revealed to her that they had to do a fasting of 21 days, 3 weeks, for God to show them a further way in life, because they had lived their life in a kind of shutdown. So, say that me and my sister are not going to join in that fasting. That it's only for him and my mother. So 2 weeks into the fasting, I noticed my father stopped moving, stopped talking, stopped doing what every normal living human being does. He was just lying down there on the ground that the flood water has destroyed. Was lying on the ground, and some clothes that he threw down on the ground, just lying down there. I was wondering, I was so afraid. Like, I went to my mom that was already weak. I told her, Mom, look at what is happening. She told me that I should not worry, that God, I went to see God, that he was engaging in a kind of meditation, that he was talking to God, that he was having an encounter with God, that he's going to come back alive, and we are going to continue our life. I was not so sure of that, but I always believed the words of my parents. God, first I should always believe them. I listened to what my mother said. So my mother managed to finish the fast, so she was also very weak. So I told her, Mom, this is what is happening. Dad has not gotten it. He's started to stink and he's getting bloated and all that. He said I should not worry. She still told me the same thing. So you could imagine, when she too stopped moving, stopped all form of communication, was not talking, just lying down on the ground there also. I also thought that it was the same thing as she told me that he went to see God, that he's going to come back alive. I also thought that it was the same thing. I've never seen a dead person. I don't know about funerals. I've never attended any occasions. If any occasion, my father is the one that will always go for it. Even he doesn't go unless just wants to go for it. So we don't know about it. I don't know about that kind of thing. So when it happened, I thought the same thing. I waited for like 1 month. We were like, me and my sister. My sister was afraid. My younger sister was afraid. But I told her that she should not be afraid. That after all, it's not mom and dad. And what they always tell us, that you always believe them, that it always comes to pass. So she told me that I should open the door because they locked the door. All of us are inside doing the fasting. We started starving out. At the point we had to eat what the sugarcane and kernel. That became our steady diet. No money, nothing. We are starving. So I could not hold it back any longer. I went to meet one of the neighbors. As I was just standing there, I said, let me just spill out everything because I'm starving. I'm watching my sister emaciated every day. So I told him everything.
My name is Elizabeth. One evening I was coming from work, and before now, the father of the girl is a pastor. He comes around, fetch water for me, and whenever he's going out, we greet, and just that how I know him. He's no longer moving.
He's a preacher. He preaches. He goes out for preaching every day.
So
inside buses.
Before you've not been seeing them.
You don't know this children. Don't
see
them.
But I know the father, but I don't know the mother.
Inside the house.
I've not seen the mother.
Look at my house. My neighbor and my wife for 3 years. I don't know her.
So they approached my wife. She gave them food stuff and kind of. So next time again, she came the next day. That raised the curiosity. I said, no, where are your parents? They said they are fine. She told me that they are fine. Until on Saturday, the day I finally took them to the station to report this incident. Because one that reported it. Okay. So as I just drove in, parked there, she met me directly. That she would want to tell me the truth about the matter. That no, it's true, I've asked her about the parents and she told me that they are fine. That actually they went into fasting. Understand? 21 days fasting. They say after the fasting that at the time that the father stopped moving, that she complained to the mother. The mother said they should not worry. That that's how God directed her, that he will rise. Understand? I said, no, this one is. I said, do you know what you're talking about? She said, yes, you know. I said, okay, no problem. I have to call the neighbor, other landlords, and some policemen around. I said, no, let's verify. By then, my wife gave them food. They were right inside that place, eating the food before we now came in there. We knocked, they opened, only for us to see. She's already decayed. Decayed already. I waste no time. I have to drive them straight to the police station. I met the DPO. That's how I reported the incident. So they now came here to verify it at about 11 a.m. Came to verify that it was true. The girl gave her own side of the story. Then they started investigation on how to get to the family. And that is just all we can say. So the sanitary and the police, they came and buried the.
So when you mean that they have been inside, means they don't come out, they don't go to school or anything.
They don't go to school.
She said she has never been.
But the mother lectured to teach them from elementary to even secondary school level. But it sounds, I don't know her. You lecture them, give them when it is time for elementary school examination, they will pass.
He didn't understand the extent of what had happened. He thought that maybe they were sick, they needed to go to the hospital, maybe to get drip. He thought that was. I didn't understand what really happened. Involved in this all alone, that he had to call some of the neighbors. So we called the neighbors and they came to our compound. They opened the door, they now saw what happened. That's when they now realized that this is what has been going on. Some of them really blamed me that as old as I am, I'm 18 years old. Why couldn't I raise alarm and say that even when my mom was still alive, why couldn't I raise alarm? I told them that this is what my mom said. They said that even though your mom said that you could go and raise alarm, that they would have helped my mom. She would still be alive today. I said, well, it's not my fault. It was how I was raised up. I was raised up by my parents.
And I said that the man I told him that he alone cannot do that. This case has to go to the police. And this is how we reached the police CID Port Harcourt. So that's how we went there. We stayed there. They said that no one heard this kind of story, that it's very wonderful. One of the officers who came in is so weird. So at the point, another thing that they said cannot take care of us, that we had to go somewhere, either to an orphanage home. But they said that we are too old for orphanage homes. Where could they place also that we could grow up and be, at least become something in life? Even though our background was not good, but we would make it up in life. And then they were not thinking. At the point, I didn't know where to go. I was just wondering, where could I go in life? The woman that was taking care of us told me that she don't know where to drop. Now, if we were babies, I would have dropped us at orphanage, babies, small children, I would have dropped us at orphanage home. But now we are grown-ups. What do we do? So she would think about it. She not told me that, have I heard of OPM? Have I heard of Apostle Chibuzo Gift Change? I say yes, because my mother had a radio at home. I've heard him when they are doing his advertisement on radio. Yes, Apostle Chibuzo Gift Change, OPM, Dr. Jesus God is here. And he not told me that yes, that man, Apostle Chibuzo Gift Change, will take care of me. That he could train me in school up to university level. That he will I would make my life into something good in life. So, and I said, I was surprised. I was like, I heard of all the things he has been doing. I heard that he's a very charitable man. He's a good man of God. He's a wonderful guy. I was like, OPM. I said, okay. So the case went on and on. We stayed in the women's cell under protective custody. So we stayed there. Then finally, from there, I came to two of them that were working in the state side, and I came to drop us at OPM as I came to Daddy's house.
There were two girls that were brought to me. One is 8, one is 18. I want to ask, come, redemption. I want to ask a question. Please, redemption. What primary school did you attend?
I was taught by my mother at home.
At home?
Yes.
So you've never attended any primary school? What of secondary school?
I was also taught at home by my mother. At home? Yes.
Look at her. So how many days did you, before you went outside, because you were inside the room, how long were you inside the room with the corpse of your father and your mother? How long? Wait, how long?
There's like a month.
And now, by the grace of God, I'm using the offering and tithe and giving them the best of everything.
From here, that's when I've learned to associate with people. I've not seen these people in my real life. Before I came to Apostle Chibuzo Gift Change, I've not seen this one. I know there's certain pictures in textbooks. Now, because my dad, for the school I was schooling at, my dad wrote textbooks and notebooks. So I only see it in pictures. Well, because my mom is always at home, she has nothing to do. She's the one that always does cooking. And I was not really interested. I was really bored with her. When my sister is in primary 4, my mother taught her up to primary 4. As the incident happened, she's 8 years old. She's shy, never seen kids like me. But she has gradually started to warm up. In fact, she's now playing with them. She's now understanding how life is. When I went to school, the first time I entered the school bus last year, When I entered the school, I associated with other fellows. I understood how a classroom is like, how students are like in school, how teachers or things. I've not experienced that in my life before or last term. That's a few months ago, this year, January, precisely. That's been great. It's wonderful. It's eye-opening. That everything that happens for good. That even though I lost my parents, I should take us in this part that yes, I brought education to our side. I brought good luck to their side.